So then, let's talk about leaving the UK, shall we? That's my chair squeaking, by the way. Probably going to hear that a lot when I'm moving, sitting back like this. So, I've seen quite a lot of videos on YouTube recently of people effectively basically running away and leaving the UK. And I get it. I understand. I completely understand. I mean, I've been living in Italy now since 2018. Cut a long story short, the reason I'm in Italy is I have an Italian girlfriend. We both have a child together. She owned a place here in Italy that was paid completely. So she didn't have to pay any mortgage or anything. So around about the time of Brexit, instead of us having to pay extortionate prices in England, it would make more sense for us to just move here to Italy to live, basically, and not have to pay any extortionate rent and no mortgage and so on and so forth. Food is considerably cheaper here than in the UK, but I'd like to discuss more about all of these people. Basically, this guy here, see, I'm watching this video, I'm going to show you. His name's Big P Unscripted. Don't know if you can see this guy. Let's have a quick old listen to him.
Before I post this video, I'm not even going to ask he's anyone, because I know most fucking people are. Sick to death of this fucking country now. Is that rock bottom? Do you know what? It's so fucking disheartening what's going on. This Labour government have screwed us all.
I'm going to stop it there because this is part of what I'm going to discuss. So this guy has just clearly just mentioned there, this Labour government has screwed us all. It fucking boils my piss, absolutely boils my piss that everyone is basically saying, oh, this Labour government, blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck has been in charge of the UK for the last 14 fucking years? Tell me that. Not fucking Labour. Labour's been in charge for like 6, 7, 8 months. And now everyone's all like, oh, Labour this, Labour that, blaming everything on fucking Labour. It is just an absolute joke. Fucking, was it Labour who brought Brexit around, stopped all of the fucking trade, stopped people fucking investing in our country, stopping people being able to have fucking like companies that transport and trade with all of the different countries within Europe. So many different companies in England have had to close down because of Brexit, basically. It's turned into an absolute shit show, all just because fucking Jacob Rees-Mogg and fucking Farage want to keep squirreling their money away in their tax havens, because the EU basically wanted them to not be avoiding tax. They've pulled a whole fucking Brexit, completely fuck the country. Jacob Rees-Mogg doesn't give a fuck though, does he? Because his fucking dad even wrote a book about it, about fucking squirreling in his money away in disaster capitalism. He probably fucking put money on like the pound crashing and all sorts, and he's just rolling it. It's fucking laughing at you cunts, all of you people that are all like, oh, fucking living in England so bad, so I've got to run away to another country, blah 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 blah. Fucking give your heads a wobble, for fuck's sake. I've lived away from England now since 2018, and in all honesty, the grass really is not greener whatsoever. That's my honest opinion. So all of these people, I've written in a comment to this guy saying, so what's your plan then, mate? What are you going to do? You running away to America? Good luck, mate. Running away to Australia? Again, good luck, mate. Just ridiculous. The problem I have, and the problem a lot of these other people are, I mean, if he's not going to America or Australia, is he going to go to Europe and then have to stress his whole life out trying to fucking deal with bureaucracy and learning another language at the same time as trying to fucking find a job. How's he gonna work? I mean, he goes on to say later on that he's an Uber driver, and he says that he's basically struggling as an Uber driver because so many people have come in and taken his job as an Uber driver. So he's then basically saying that he's going to go to another country, maybe become an Uber driver there, start taking work away from other people, and then other people are going to come in and start taking work away from him. The whole thing is just a fucking chaos, an absolute bonkers. I've seen other videos of so many of these young people. I mean, I've just also another one here I've got up. Is Gen Z to blame for UK's problems? I think it was a Channel 4 news report. All these Gen Z people that their whole lives are basically vlogging and recording video, basically what I'm doing now, funny enough, but they're all just trying to make their money on YouTube. And, you know, a lot of them, I saw some guy the other day who's 23 years old, he's jumped on a plane basically and legged it off to Brazil of all places. Oh my God, I wouldn't fancy my chances in Brazil. Yeah, all sorts of dodgy stories about Brazil and people in the favelas or whatever it's called and getting mugged and getting robbed all the time. Wouldn't fancy it. So this is ultimately what I'm going to say is, like, the grass isn't always greener, literally, on the other side of the fence. Me myself, next week I'll be going back to the UK for to see my family. It's my birthday, my other daughter's birthday in the UK, and I spend majority of my life in here, living in Italy, counting down the days until I can next go back to the UK. I'll tell you exactly why that is, right? People would think it's amazing living in Italy. It's not. It really isn't. The place is absolutely shithole. There's a fucking rubbish everywhere. I mean, it makes me laugh. I go onto Facebook, and I'm in a Facebook group from my old local area. People complaining sometimes about, like, a couple of bags that have been left by a bin. Oh my God, you need to see the bins here in Italy. They are overflowing. Sometimes they don't even get fucking emptied for a couple of days. There's just fucking plastic bottles everywhere. They don't even have any bins. You know, like just a standard bin that you'd have at the side of a bus stop. Don't even have any of that. It's just dog shit everywhere. It's just things like that I just think, well, people really need to use their heads and think what they're doing and what they're saying. These people, the Gen Z, going away travelling, go off to Thailand or whatever. What are they going to do there? Literally, they're going to go to Thailand, and eventually it's going to get to a point where, I mean, I've read up saying that in Thailand you can stay for a certain amount of months or something on your visa. Then you have to basically get out of Thailand. A lot of people just go to Cambodia, spend some time there, and then they can go back to Thailand. So are they basically saying that they're just going to keep doing that? They're just going to keep flip-flopping from Thailand to Cambodia, back to Thailand, and they're just going to keep doing that. Does no one want to actually settle down, you know, find some, like, actual home? And it makes me also laugh and makes me fucking angry as well. I mean, yeah, there isn't really that, things aren't going great in the UK at the moment, but they're not exactly going great anywhere in the world, are they? So you're just going to leave from one country to another country and then find a whole bunch of shit in another country. It's just fucking ridiculous. So it makes me laugh as well. These people, I mean, a lot of these people are complaining. I mean, this guy here looks like he's probably a reform UK voter, or fucking some kind of a thug. That's what he looks like, to be honest. But he does actually say something about them Labour sending all the money over to Ukraine, Pakistan. He's obviously got some kind of racial hatred within himself. So it makes me laugh. All these people are just leaving the country. So who's going to fucking help the country rebuild if everyone just fucking legs it and does a runner? Who's going to help? Anyone? It's just fucking ridiculous. Use your fucking heads, mate. You've got to stay and fucking try and fight and fucking find a way to sort shit out. I mean, go on about the heating bills and such, like, fucking use your noggins. Just look at this down here. This is what I'm heating my room with this at the moment. It's a ceramic pot with some of these little tea lights in. You know, the tea light candles. These little bad boys. I've got 4 of those and a ceramic pot. Basically, it heats the whole of this room here, my daughter's room that I'm sitting in my little office. Literally, they 4 of these candle lights will burn for 4 hours. Got the door closed, and it heats it. Just use your heads. Just do some research. Find a way around things. I mean, as my mum says, you know, they go on about all the people, all the old people and their heating allowance and such like. All of the old people nowadays were the people that didn't even have central heating. They've already had to deal and learn with walking to the end of their garden to go and use a toilet in the middle of the night. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have central heating and like during the war and such like. My mum just says, put another layer of clothes on. That's what they used to do. It's just fucking jokes. The food's fucking expensive. Grow your own food. If you've got a fucking garden, just, £2, £3 maybe to go and buy some seeds. And then just fucking go on YouTube, free as chips, to go and find out how to grow those seeds. Isn't any sun in the UK, but there's fucking ways around it. Just buy a fucking UV light. Power the UV light using a fucking car battery. Just fucking idiots. Everyone's just a fucking idiot. Everyone's just running away to the fucking out of the UK. And I literally can't get back. I can't wait to get back there and see fucking bins that actually get. I mean, sometimes, yeah, you do get the councils don't empty the bins occasionally in the UK. Here, fucking almost weekly. Everywhere's just overflowing with rubbish. The place smells of a fucking sewer. It's just a fucking joke. People are just, you know, complaining about the state of the UK, but literally, I go back to the UK and it's like a fucking palace to me. I don't see like bushes full of plastic bottles. If you do, you literally see 1, maybe 2 plastic bottles. There's a place. I'll try and find a picture of it. I'm going to put it in one of my other videos. It's literally a mountain of fucking plastic bottles, because no one fucking comes and clears it up. They haven't got street cleaners over here like they do in England. At least they actually got street cleaners that can fucking come and tidy everything up. And when I first moved here, literally it took 3 years, right? I used to look out of the window. Across the road from me, there's a park and a car park. There was at least 5 abandoned cars basically over there. And it took 3 years until they actually got removed. It's just, there are plants growing out of them. And it's just, I've got it up on the screen now. Like, one of my friends basically tried to explain to me, like, his dad's basically a car is abandoned around the back of these shops. And we always see it when we go to the park with my mate who's also got a child as well, Italian guy. And he said it's something to do with his dad's pension or some kind of a tax that he owed, and for some reason it meant that his car was going to get taken, so it ended up basically just getting dumped in the back of this shop. I've got up here on the screen, basically I've written into Google, why are there so many abandoned cars in Italy? And the question, it basically come back and said, abandoned cars in Italy can be attributed to a combination of factors including relatively high car ownership, strict vehicle disposal regulations, the cost of scrapping a car, limited space in urban areas, and sometimes the lack of enforcement regarding abandoned vehicles. So it basically says, meaning it can be cheaper and a lot easier for owners just to basically dump their car, basically. So it's just a rubbish tip. I mean, I also have seen in this group as well about fly tipping. Now, this country, I live in Rome, is basically just a fly tip in itself. Everywhere. No one bats an eyelid to it. They just get on with it. The council don't come and do anything about it. no groups of people ever go and tidy the place up, you know, like a group of nice people from the public. You know, everything is just a shambles. I mean, the bureaucracy here is just ridiculous to try and get things like a bank account, a phone, all of this stuff. I was lucky because my girlfriend's Italian, so it made it a lot more easier for me to do it. But those people that are just basically just going to run away from England and come to somewhere like a Spain or an Italy, especially now after Brexit, oh my God, the troubles you're going to have. It's just out of this world. So that's my little rant for today over. Be careful what you wish for. I think that's basically what I'm trying to get to. Everything here in Italy. I mean, it's not as if I could just come over here and get a job. Everywhere is just oversaturated. I came over here kind of thinking that Rome was going to be somewhere like a London, basically, that there was going to be lots of global companies that might require someone who could speak English language for business. But I've now discovered that isn't Rome. That's more basically Milan. I'm a creative person, so all of those kinds of companies are all up in Milan. Now I'm got time of the day, basically. I have a child that I have to go and pick up actually very soon from school. So I can't just be jumping on a train and going to Milan and going to work there. I was kind of hoping that I'd just be able to work remotely from here, but all the English companies don't want you to be in another country working remotely. Again, these people are just going to run away. Are they just thinking that just any old company is going to hire them to work remotely while they live in Thailand? Good luck with that. I believe it's to do with corporation tax. I don't think they want, the taxes going out from England, to another country, basically. They want to keep all of the taxes, rightly so, within the UK. Unless you're someone like Jacob Rees-Mogg, who just wants to squirrel it away in the Cayman Islands. So, yeah. Everywhere over here is just like old buildings. That's all I've got, basically. If I really want to find a job, it's working in a restaurant or working with fucking old buildings. Something to do with tourism. Fucking boring. I mean, once you've seen one old building, you've seen them all, haven't you? That's literally all Rome is. It's just old buildings everywhere. There's no fucking new modern this, modern that. Not that I've discovered anyway. Everything's all just fucking old and crumbling, falling apart. No one really wants to put a lick of paint even on people's, residential buildings. Some of them look like they're, left over from the Second World War, just falling apart. So that's my little rant. I mean, this makes me laugh as well, going back to the car thing. There's a report here, when's this from? 1st of November 2021. It says, this is in Italy, car left in Italy street for 47 years becomes tourist attraction. It's literally someone's abandoned their car 47 years ago and it's just sat there. It's now become a landmark, attracting tourists. It's sat there for 47 years. No one's actually come and moved it. What a joke. Absolute joke. Oh God, when will this all end? It's just a madness. Ranting now. What's the time? 1:15. Half hour until I've got to go get my little lady, and then I can deal with her chaos, with bouncing around off of the sofa and going absolutely mad. God, so be careful what you wish for. Do you really, really want to leave the UK? Or do you just want to try and find a way to find some kind of a work? Find something. It's just madness. All around us. Pure madness. Oh, looking forward to when Trump presses the button, to be honest. Let's do this. Nuclear war.